Oh, I absolutely love picking my mans apart. In case you guys missed it, Hex in a recent Eavesdrop podcast with Reed. In case you guys have not heard about this fellow and this character, I'm sure we will be a lot more in gaming. If you guys want to check out the podcast, I greatly encourage you to do so. His guest Reed actually manages Mr. Beast alongside many other top creators. And last time I talked about Mr. Beast, he runs a League of Legends team. He's also been stemming into a lot of things gaming. His gaming channel breaking 10 million subscribers, 100K 1v1 Minecraft event. There are going to be a lot of things Mr. Beast does in gaming in the future, which I will be talking about, and that's why this podcast was super fun to pick apart. But I'm sure a lot of you guys are Call of Duty fans wondering what this video might be about. It's actually Hex talking about why he is so bullish on Call of Duty. Now, I'm sure all of you guys who are watching from the Call of Duty scene know exactly who Hector is, and of course his background in Call of Duty and what he has done in Call of Duty, so it makes a lot of sense why he would be bullish on the franchise as well. But certainly there have been a lot of hints and signs here and there, even with the troubles throughout the first CDL season and franchising. Of course, the game itself having its issues, the implementation of the league having its issues, and of course the reversion from 5v5 to 4v4 causing a lot of job loss and issues too. I do agree with Hex. There are a lot of promising signs for the future of Call of Duty, which I've told you guys about: storylines, drama, and the kind of just, focusing on those kind of angles between these players. It shows a lot of promise for its future, and certainly having a well-established franchise game like Call of Duty and a continuing fan base coming back and the rise of Warzone. There are a lot of reasons, in my opinion. I agree with Hector, but this one in particular was very interesting as to what he points out could be at any point in time. Once Activision wants to flip the switch and turn on some sales for teams, they can do so and make those teams a lot of money in a very short period of time.
City-based model or not is a thing or not, or whether it becomes a thing or not, like that's remains to be seen. I don't really put too much thought into the whole thing. Like, I have fans in Australia, shout out to my people out there. And we don't have a team there. You know what I mean? So it's what I don't like is the fact that you're sort of forcing yourself to segregate around a specific area where the internet has no barriers and anybody can access the content if they're allowed to.
That's the beauty of esports, right? Like, you have an audience everywhere. I don't know. It'll be. I got to see like the economics of how these leagues shaped out, and my biggest concern, my biggest like grief with the whole thing was like the publishers are killing it, and they're making these teams buy in, and the teams are struggling and having to continually raise capital to stay alive. They're not really getting paid a lot of money from these publishers, from the league revenue. And so of anyone winning in esports right now, it's the publishers. And the teams need to figure out, how do we flip it so we benefit, or we have some type of ownership in these publishing companies, so we can actually like do this together instead of the publishers doing it and us riding the coattails and having to pay all the money. Yeah,
look, I think from a Call of Duty League perspective, I'm super bullish on that. I'm gonna tell you why. I know for a fact that some time ago in a very specific game, there was a bacon camo drop. And I know that it did close to like $4 million in a couple of hours, $4 million in a couple of hours. So I know that at any point, Activision can say, okay, you know what, we've tried this league, this team ownership thing for long enough. Maybe the economics aren't as great as we thought they were going to be. Here, let me do this. I'm going to flip a switch, make $4 million in 3 hours, drop your own skin, whatever you want, right? So you could be a team skin, or you can come up with your own bacon skin and just drop it. A burger, I mean, you name it. You can put anything out there and people are going to want to have it just because they collect skins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that there's still also in esports, there's like, we're barely scratching the surface. Everybody's still finding their footing, unfortunately, right?
As Hex does refer to the bacon skin, right? I just thought, I love these talkable points. Last time I talked about Hex was actually him finally commenting on, I believe a year and a half later, the Optic Forsaken situation, but that video did very well. And I love these kind of talking points because, a bit of a back and forth. You guys are the larger part. You got a bigger mind than I do, but I totally agree with him. Now, I will say, to combat this, the first season of CDL, I believe teams were very limited on the merch and things they could release themselves. Obviously, with Huntsman, we did see their ticket sales, how much money they were going to bring in before this pandemic hit, and all of those, unfortunately, those homestand events were canceled. Huntsman were set to make probably in the million, if not over $1 million from that first homestand event off ticket sales, what would have been merch sales and other things they had planned. Yes, a lot of money went into that, but certainly you guys know with their branding, with their backing, they were set to make a lot of money. And so you also know with a mind like HECZ and of course what they bring as a team, what they could design for any skin drop anytime, all those diehard Optic and Huntsman fans would buy right up. I do agree, if Activision ever wants to make these teams money, if they ever get pushed to the brink of, oh no, is the future of CDL up in the air, what can we do to support these teams? Do you guys agree that Activision could flip that switch and all of a sudden be making millions for these teams? I do think it's in the realm of possibilities, and I certainly think a team like the Huntsman or Optic or whoever it might be, 100 Thieves, can really make use of that and finally reap the rewards of their investment. Will Activision do that? Yeah, it's a bit of a mystery, but it's certainly fun to talk about. We have seen the power of the Call of Duty franchise, and especially that power being what? Doubled with the rise of Warzone. In case you guys missed it, this past quarter, I believe Activision Blizzard revenue just shy of $2 billion from microtransactions from Warzone alone, that number surpassing $600 million. You can imagine even a tiny bit of that with Call of Duty main game and Warzone, if they can somehow work in their Call of Duty League teams, I imagine that's why Call of Duty League investors are somewhat bullish if they can ever figure out some sort of pathing to make any amount of money, and if they can do so in a convenient way for skins. Don't even get me started on the skin market out there, you know, CSGO skin market, or Rocket League skin market, of course the rising Valorant skin market in Call of Duty as well. There's a lot of possibilities out there, and I do agree with HECZ on this point. It'll be very cool to see if any of these franchise leagues can really do well in that regard. League of Legends too, you can always throw them out there. So what do you guys think about this? HECZ reinstates he is bullish on Call of Duty. No surprise by that, because at any point in time they can flip a switch and make millions in a matter of what could be hours. What do you guys think about this? Love me some bacon, drink some water, drink some coffee. I'll catch you guys back here sometime soon. Until then, take care, okay? Okay, bye.